The inclusion of women within curriculum and concert programming in Canada is in large part due to the work by the Association of Canadian Women Composers, which was founded in 1980 by four composers, Carolyn Lomax, Maggie Bernstein, Mary Gardner, and Anne Southam, who wanted to see an increase in performance of music by women. Music by Canadian women actually dates back to 1841, with the first piece of published Canadian music, an anonymous romantic-style waltz which read, "By a Canadian Lady." In addition, we have the works that date back to the 17th century composed by Ursuline nuns. This pie graph shows the inclusion of conservatories over the course of 50 years in the 20th and 21st century repertoire lists. Women make up 13.7% of the 20th and 21st century repertoire, and only 2 women of color are included within that, making up 0.6% of the music by women. Alternatively, men make up 86.3% of the 20th and 21st century repertoire. While these statistics may look disheartening, they are only intended to serve as a reference to where we are at the inclusion of music by women. With my research, I am on a mission to increase the inclusion of Black, Indigenous, and women of color within Canadian piano curriculum. While there are so many composers who I would wish to highlight, I will limit myself to only a few. Alexina Louis is one of Canada's leading names in classical contemporary music. Alexina composes for orchestra, chamber ensembles, and solo instruments. Her piano music is noted as being an East-West fusion where she combines elements of her Chinese heritage and her classical upbringing to create her own unique compositional voice. Alexina has produced many works for the piano. 2 pedagogical series worth highlighting are Small Beautiful Things for elementary to early intermediate pianists and Starlight, Starbright for intermediate to early advanced piano. Hope Lee is a composer based out of Calgary, Alberta. She composes for chamber ensembles almost exclusively, with the exception of some of her piano collections. She draws deeply on her Taiwanese heritage to produce works that are described as inspirational, challenging, and fascinating. Hope Lee writes music for the developing and established pianist. Her collection, Flake Upon, Flake Upon, spans the early elementary pianist to early advanced, introducing young students to the contemporary idioms in age-appropriate forms. Her advanced performance music for piano is infused with Chinese art forms and literature. Beverly MacGyver is a pianist, composer, and music teacher based in Ottawa, Ontario. She has been a musician in residence with the Banff Centre for the Arts, and her award-winning compositions have been featured at the Native Earth Performing Arts. Through her music, Beverly helps musicians connect to and reflect on the land on which we dwell. Beverly's newly composed set titled Canadian Floral Emblems is a set of 12 piano works for late, intermediate to early advanced students. Each piece emulates a different floral emblem found on the provincial and territorial flags of Canada. Her pieces are a variety of challenges, levels, and moods. These attractive piano pieces are a must-have collection for the developing performer. Karen Sunabaka is an award-winning composer based in Waterloo, Ontario, with deep roots in Manitoba. Sunabaka finds inspiration for her compositions in the sounds and stories of the places she has lived. She often draws on her Métis roots to tell stories through music. Karen's music for solo piano requires advanced piano technique, and her pieces are well suited to the early advanced or professional pianist. Her piano works are composed in a contemporary style and often evoke strong imagery. Some of her most notable piano works include Curlicue, Lost, Falling Water, Canoe on a Lake, Solitaire, and Hiding. Alice Ping-Yi Ho is one of Canada's acclaimed composers. Born in Hong Kong, she now resides in Toronto, Ontario. She composes solo, chamber, and ensemble works and draws on Chinese folk and opera idioms, as well as Japanese contemporary art and music. The works of Alice Ping-Yi Ho are complex and advanced in nature, and effectively showcase the performance ability of the solo pianist. She draws on Chinese and Japanese contemporary idioms to achieve a unique performance voice at the piano. She has composed extensively for the advanced pianist with music for solo, duet, and piano duo.